Hi YouTube, welcome back, and I'm here with my Stampede 4x4 VXL and my husband Kevin Millard 68 from YouTube. I got some questions on my channel from a fellow YouTuber, and since I'm new to the RC hobby and I am doing my own wrench time, but I'm still learning the basics myself, so in order to answer these questions better, I figured I'd bring Kevin along, and so I can answer them properly for you. Anyway, the YouTuber asked me some questions, specifically about my Stampede 4x4 VXL. And this is in response to HalalYes. But I figured anybody else could use the same info, so do a whole video for everybody. Anyway, his questions. Are you using a Lipo? And the answer is, yes, I am. Currently in my Stampede, I'm using a 5,000 milliamp, 7.4 volt, 25C, 37 watt hour Lipo battery, and it's been doing me pretty well. Okay, he says, does changing the gear and using Lipo shorten the lifespan of the truck due to so much higher speed than stock? What do you think, Kev?
Yeah, so that would actually be no. It doesn't really shorten the lifespan, at least not in my experience. Traxxas does have a thing on their information, you know, when you use higher pinion rates for more speed, you should only be using it for like basically speed runs, you know, not doing bashing all the time with it. However, we've jacked hers up a little bit with a higher pinion gear above stock, not changing the spur gear teeth at all. Because you can go to higher lower count teeth on your spur gear when you're changing other pinion gears, because when you change ratios, different things will affect differently, right? So her spur gear is completely stock in this truck, and the pinion's been changed so that she gets much higher speeds on the top end, a little bit less torque, which really you kind of wonder, because it's still a really super torquey truck. And we haven't done any damage at all. Now, she is not running a stock ESC and motor in this. She's running an Hobby Wing Easy Run ESC along with a Leopard motor, and I would say it's pretty much about the equivalent to the Pinion system that was in this truck. The Pinion motors decided to cook, and but the ESC survived, which no big deal, but we put in a match set, and it's working well with the 2-cell. It will accept a 3-cell Lipo with this ESC too. But as far as any kind of motor damage that happens, I haven't seen any resulting motor damage, even in my own machines from doing this sort of thing. So I'm going to say no, it's not going to damage anything, but I also would not say that as a 100% guarantee. You full throttle any of these machines, no matter how they're set up, if you just stay on the throttle full time, yes, you will cause damage down the road. It is going to affect things. But if you're not doing like tons of full throttling, you're backing off, allowing for cool downs, you should be just fine. So I'd say I'd give that about a 98% chance that no, you won't hurt anything, providing you drive accordingly. But that's just my opinion. Other people have different opinions. Now, as far as her battery goes, he was asking in here about using if you could use the lowest powered 2-cell. Now, I would say 25C is probably about the lowest I would even think about going. It's probably the lowest you're going to get your hands on anyway for one of these trucks. And the 25C does a great job. I bash her truck as well, as a lot of you know on her channel. I'm the one who destroyed the axle yesterday. It was fun. Now, with the 25C, I've done a lot of full throttling with this truck and panning the daylights out of it. And the battery does not hardly even get warm. So, even with the Pinion system we had in here originally, we used the exact same battery and we didn't see any ill effects whatsoever in the battery. So the answer to that would be, yes, you can use a low powered Lipo, but you know, if there is something smaller than 25C that'll fit this truck, I wouldn't go below the 25C just because of the demand on the Pinion systems, as well as a lot of the third party systems. So, you know, even a more suitable battery might be even a 50C or a 25 by 50 would be a very good match for this truck in a 2-cell rating. So what do you got for us next?
Okay. Does changing the gear and using Lipo shorten the lifespan of the truck due to so much higher speed?
Yeah, we already went over. Yeah, we went over that.
Okay. Yeah, he just wanted a little more speed and wasn't happy with the stock. So, yeah, doing this kind of setup would be good.
Okay. He's saying he's not happy with the stock speed.
Yeah.
Well,
little more speed, not that I wasn't happy with stock. Okay, there you go.
We're not exactly sure what he's doing there with his truck as far as not being happy. We are in the regular mode with this truck. We're not in the training mode or the race mode. Race mode is full throttle, no reverse, but you do have brakes. We're in the sport mode where you have 100% full, 100% reverse, and brakes. So,
yeah.
You know, and training mode is a 50-50. So if he's not happy, like if you're, you know, it could be he's accidentally in training mode. So I would suggest referring.
Actually,
what?
I just want a little more speed. Not that I wasn't happy with stock. Okay, so
okay.
There you go.
Sorry.
All right, we just read it wrong. Sorry.
Okay, my bad. But either way you look at it, make sure your ESC is in sport mode for starters. Before you try tuning anything with your gearing ratios, make sure you are in the sport mode so you know how it is with a stock setup, how fast it is. Then swap in just a larger pinion gear. Go up by a couple of teeth, go up by a bunch of teeth. It's up to you how you do things. But the more teeth you go, of course, you are going to get more top speed. It's going to take longer to get there, and you're going to have less torque. You know, but there are chances, like I said, where there is that possibility that you could eventually do damage if you don't do things correctly when using a higher pinion gear.
Okay, now the final question he had was can I do a video exactly how I changed the pinion gear? So...
Okay, so we're going to do that for you guys, and how we're going to do that is because there's a little bit of distance here between, you know, us and the camera, even though it doesn't look like it's that much distance, it actually is. So to give you a good close-up, what we're going to do is we're going to move the camera closer to the truck. She's going to do the wrenching on this thing, and of course, as part of this whole process, you're also going to learn, if you haven't already, on resetting your mesh properly between your gears on your motor and your spur gear. So I'm just going to move, grab the camera, bring it closer, so you get a real good close-up of exactly what's going on here. Say hi, honey. Come on, you're zoomed in. All right, that's
okay.
That looks pretty good. Okay.
All right. Is that the one?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, also before she gets started this, I want to make a little note to you. Make sure you're using proper fitting Allen key wrenches on your vehicle. There is a difference between standard and metric here, and you must have the proper tight fitting size. Otherwise you can damage your key, you can also damage your screws, and then you're going to have to be extracting them out, and that can be a real pain in the neck. So always use the right proper fitting tools, including screwdrivers.
Right tool for the job.
You got her.
Okay.
All right, get to her, Sue.
Okay. I'm going to take an Allen key, as he was saying, like right here. And to get access to the gears, you need to remove this cover here at the one end of the motor. And you just take out this screw and remove the plastic cover. Now I've seen places like Future Shop, they have a clear cover for
It's
this.
an upgrade hop
It's
up.
an upgrade hop-up thing. It's,
Definitely gonna go in this truck.
it's dressy.
It's going in the
But
truck.
right now, it's an original, so it's all black, and you have to remove it to see the gears even. So, it's a long screw.
And make sure you keep that cover on there too, guys, because that keeps a lot of sand and stones and junk out of your gears.
All right, come on. Till Sunday here. Okay. Now, I just have to pry this. There we go. Okay, there's the cover that's got to come off. And there's the gears. Okay, I think you can see those.
All right, let's zoom in a little bit further
Yeah,
here.
let's, yeah.
It's handy having a cameraman, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm usually your camera
Cameraman, camera woman.
Camera woman, camera person.
There you go.
Okay.
We'll give you an identity of some sort, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So there's our close up of the gears.
All right. Now, I guess I gotta take the motor off.
Yep.
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 Okay.
Pull the motor.
Pull the motor. Is it the same one?
Nope.
No.
It's a different one. It's larger.
No.
Maybe this one here.
That one? Okay. There's a screw right here on this
Motor mount.
motor mount.
She'll learn the terminology.
I did say I was learning.
That's right.
Okay, counterclockwise.
Even I don't use the correct terms all the time.
No, really? Okay. Kind of gotta go off angle just a bit to get some room here. Okay. There we go. It's moving now.
All the way out.
All the way out.
All the way out. I'm gonna pull the motor.
Okay, apparently I'm taking the motor right out.
Hey, you gotta change the gear. That's how you do her. You don't always have enough space depending on the gear that you've put in. Some of them are a little bit longer in length, so it's easier to just pull the motor right out.
And they have to match, right?
The pitch has to match, yes.
To the spur gear.
So if you've got a 48 pitch spur, you need a 48 pitch pinion.
Okay.
That's a must. If you try and put a, what do you call it, a metric conversion, like a 0.6 or 0.8, you know, to make it the, you know, standard versus metric, ain't gonna work right. You're gonna chew your spur gear apart.
So yeah, I did learn something.
Okay, so unplug your motor wires
Okay.
next. Now your motor wires, guys, are usually always color coded.
Color coded.
So you gotta match the colors, black to black, red to red, blue to blue in this case, or if you have yellow, green, or purple, pink, whatever, you gotta match
Okay.
them up.
And we take the motor right out. I don't know. Can you see that?
Okay, motor's out. Let's check the pinion. Okay, pull the pinion out and we'll see if it's marked on the other side how many teeth this sucker actually is. So, this has got a little bit smaller Allen key in it, so we're gonna check the other one. Oh, we're zoomed out. Sorry about that, my bad.
That's why I couldn't see.
Okay.
Can you see?
Okay, you're gonna need a smaller one. There should be smaller ones in there too.
I can't see the
Oh, there you go.
display. Thank you. I don't know whether you're blind or not. That's why I was saying, hey. Okay. So you take there's an Allen screw right there holding the pinion gear onto the motor.
AKA grub screw, for those of the other terminology.
Grub screw, alright!
We call it set screw, we call it many things.
Yes. I'm familiar with the set
including
screw.
totally screwed if you mess it up. Okay, so that's not fitting in there.
Oh.
Alright. Other Allen keys in here. I'm gonna try that one.
Again, it's got to be the proper fit. I think that might fit. Just don't want to force it until I know.
Hubby's gonna double check this just
Yes,
to make
of
sure.
course. A little bit.
Seems like it has a little bit of.
A little bit small.
Oh, I got another one here. Hang on. Looks like that might just be the winner there.
Be the one?
Nope, it's not.
No.
Be patient, guys. Be patient.
Great.
Thought we had all the right tools in this box today.
Yes, so I was told.
Oh, here's another chance. Let's try this one.
So I was told. Everything's in there plus extras. That's what I was told.
Can I say I lied?
That's too big, isn't it? It's always important to have a lot of tools,
Especially when you're working on this
options.
stuff. Anything down below here? Probably not. Alright, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to pause the video for just a minute. I gotta go find some more tools. So, don't go away. Hey, it's only a millisecond to you guys. Okay, we got the right tools now. My bad.
He's taking blame for something. Holy crap.
Get these. Alright.
All right. So, back to it. Let's take... Yeah, that works.
All you need is a couple twists. You don't have to take the screw all the way out of the pinion.
Okay. It slides right off the shaft like that.
Okay, now let's check the pinion out and see what we're actually running in this thing.
It's all rusty. Too many trips through the water.
Give me a second here, I'm gonna peel some junk off the back of this thing. This thing's been through the dirt pile.
This is a fact-finding mission for us too, because we really didn't have a number for the pinion. We just knew it fit. And the answer is...
Well, the answer is you're gonna count teeth.
Oh, yeah, once you drop it. All right.
Okay, so keep your fingernail on one tooth, count all the way around. Sometimes you gotta count teeth when there's too much junk in the way, and for me to clean that up, I'd have to throw it on the brass brush on the drill press.
I see 17.
17?
Yeah.
Well, double count that to verify.
You just want to see me count.
Yeah. There is a rare occasion, by the way, guys, where you can buy pinion gears, not Traxxas ones, third party, that the gear is not actually stamped. It's only labeled on the package. Because I actually have a few gears that are like that. So it's like, which one is it? So sometimes you got to count your pinion teeth so you know how many teeth are on that gear.
6, 7. Yes, it is. It's a 17 tooth pinion.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, so.
I don't remember what was stock in the truck, but it was much smaller, so it was like awesome torque machine, and you know, it probably did about 30 miles an hour, but you gotta have more. So 17 is actually a pretty good upgrade for that. So, and we do get some pretty ripping speeds on there if you've checked out any of her other videos.
Yeah, especially on 3S power, that was
Yeah, that
And
destroys tires.
And axles, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fills them up with snow, good.
Packs the tires, yes. Okay. So we reinstall the pinion. Reinstall the pinion back on the motor
Now,
shaft.
before you tighten that pinion all the way on, insert it back in to get the motor mount to mount, and get it snugged up just enough. You don't have to set the mesh right away, but get things lined up so that you have the proper balance between the pinion and the spur, so that they're sitting flush to each other on the sides, front and back, because it's very important that that's set up properly.
Okay. This is good.
Okay, so
Tricky.
let's see what you got. Other keynote, guys, you do have a flat spot on your motor. Okay, that's where the grub screw or set screw has to
Down
be
here.
balanced into. Okay, so a flat spot here, and then just put your pinion on. Make sure it stays balanced as possible. This is where you're just going to give it a little bit of snugness, just so it doesn't move or spin around on you. Now you can throw it back in.
You reinstall your motor back in like it was.
Yeah, there's a little key slot here, just so that show to the guys there.
Okay, now you got me
Okay.
blind.
Now, you got this little groove here on your motor, and it has to go into a screw down below here. It has to sit in there, so you've got to make sure it goes in. So they can't pull backwards on you, but it keeps it locked down, so when you actually have all this locked, it's going to stay there. Now you'll notice right now the gear is actually too far towards the motor mount, and it's too far away from the center of the spur. So this would be a good opportunity where you can just take things like this
And just readjust a little. Okay, all our fingers in the way.
Okay, take the pressure off. There we go.
So it's lined
You
up.
gotta kind of eyeball this for being even. And that looks, just gotta bring this a little more this way. Okay, now to do your final tightening on the spur, or on the pinion, now that we've got it set and balanced, take your motor back out, put the other end of your Allen key in like this.
So you can get more force, I guess.
And it just moved on me, this stupid thing.
Oh no.
This is where it can be a little frustrating, guys.
Such is life.
Okay, that didn't, that's okay. It went back. So this is where you want to take that opportunity, because you're going to have the room with your motor out. Snug that right down. Push down into your Allen key firmly and tighten clockwise. There, now it's super tight.
That's not moving.
It ain't gonna move out of there. So now she can fiddle faddle with that and show you guys how to do the rest.
Okay. And if you can see, I've got it anchored down here where he was mentioning, and it's sitting up against and meshing okay with the spur gear.
So now what you want to do is put your big motor mount screw back in.
Yeah.
And you're going to need to leave enough play that you can move the motor in and out freely, because you're going to have to
remesh.
Remesh, and she's going to show you how to do that with a slice of paper, and it works perfect every time. And it's also real easy to do it.
Okay. Not even, yeah. I'm gonna go in a bit more, because once I do the paper thing, I want to have it close enough that it's not going to take a lot of tightening to get it to sit. As he said, just enough so that I can still move the motor and adjust it. Okay.
While she's continuing to do that, I'll explain a little bit about this paper thing to you guys. Paper comes in different thicknesses. Average sheet of paper that comes into a photocopy type thing or for your printer, usually just one slice of that'll do. You don't have to fold it in half. If you're going to use a notebook paper, which is probably what she's got here today,
Yes, it is.
it's a little bit thinner of paper, so you're going to have to fold that sheet in half once you cut your slice. Because you're only allowed a certain amount of distance. You don't want too much distance, but you don't want it too close. Because if it's still got a little bit of gap, but it's too close, you can also get into gear train problems, where it's going to run too much resistance to it.
Okay.
So let's check out her paper thickness.
I have.
So this is the kind of paper that's really thin. We're going to have to take the entire length of that slice, and we're going to have to fold that in half. I played around a lot with these notebook pads lately with meshing gears, so it gives you a good idea.
Okay, so fold it in half, and what you want to do is you want to go the thickness of the gear, the width of it.
Or actually a little bit narrower.
A little bit narrower?
Yeah, you're actually still a little on the wide side. A little more in. That should be good right there.
Okay. There you go. Now I do have another video with this specifically. I've done the gear mesh, but since we disturbed everything, it is important to do it again.
Every time.
To make sure that things line up the way they should be. Now you put the paper between the gears, between your pinion gear and your spur gear.
See if I can zoom in on that for you guys here. Okay, that's pretty good. That zoomed in really well. There we go. Awesome.
Okay, there we go, yes. Now, you take the motor and you rock it back towards,
So you know that the teeth are meshing in.
so you know they're connected properly.
And you want to hold that in firmly while you tighten your other screw.
Hold it in firmly and don't let up on it.
You got it. Try using the back end of the wrench. Yeah. A little slower using the back end of the wrench, but
It's still.
I mean, you can take out your battery, make a little bit more room, you know, stuff like that, but all depends on, you know, what you want to do.
Oh.
You want to make sure that motor mount screw is down really snug.
Yeah, because once the motor becomes active, it's gonna kick.
Yeah.
So you need things secured tight enough that it's not gonna jump out of place right in the middle of you having fun. This is taking forever, but such is the wrench time.
I need Allen keys with universals on them, kind of like a socket.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah, something you
Get a little quicker, get a little quicker, man. Get in there and get her done.
That would be great. Thank you for bearing with me. As I said, I'm just learning this myself to do the wrench time, so I might not be as fast as somebody who's done it a bazillion times, but I'm gonna get there. Everybody's got to start somewhere, so. And again, I'll use this video again to speak up to all the women RCers out there. Please try doing your own wrench time. It's really great for feeling of accomplishment, knowing that you can do your own maintenance and upgrades and repairs.
And it's really not that hard.
And it isn't that hard. No, it isn't. I don't mind at all. It's a lot cleaner than working on a vehicle, which I've done as well. A lot cleaner and a lot smaller parts. So, pretty much anybody can do this. Good grief. This screw is like forever. Doesn't help when your hand cramps up either. Is that close to being done?
All right.
I need some help. My hand is cramping up and I can't. That's another thing. It's not any problem to ask for help when you need it. Hence why I love the questions on my videos. I love it.
Okay, now get the paper out.
Oh,
Roll that
other
piece
way.
of paper out. Now what we're checking for is free movement in the truck here. Let's just zoom out a little bit here. Oh, there we go. There's no binding going on. Sounds pretty good. And check the crinkles in your paper. In the case of this kind of a gear pitch, you should get something that's looking like this. And yeah, she's set. So put the rest of her back together, plug your wires back in.
Color-coded wires are awesome. Means you get them right every time. There we go. Motor's hooked back in. Now I simply replace that cover over the gears that I took off earlier. And that keeps the junk out of the gears.
And whenever you're screwing into plastic, because you're going plastic into plastic in this case with a metal screw, you want to go until the screw stops on its own and then just give it a little bit of a snugness. If you reef on this stuff, you'll strip the plastic. So you gotta, you know, be mindful. Yes, they're very strong threads, guys, but don't push it at the same time. Just until it stops on its own, and then just usually about a quarter to half a turn extra for snugness, and you're good to rock and roll. So you get a full instructional video at the same time.
Yes, yes.
Questions are answered, instructions.
Questions are answered about the pinion and everything. Plus you got the gear mesh set up. Removing and installing a motor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it all
learned a
works
lot
out,
of stuff, yeah.
Save a few future questions there, possibly.
So HalalYes, thank you very much for your questions. And I hope this has helped you.
I'm gonna just zoom out here, guys, and now that she's done with her truck.
I hope this has helped answer your questions. And I hope you saw things clear enough so that you can do this yourself. And thank you to Kevin for helping me again. I want to answer your questions properly, and I didn't know the technicalities of everything. Just learning this myself, I can't remember it all right now. So, thank you for your help and for showing everybody how to do things. And
for those of you who may be wondering and are gonna ask this question anyhow, and I do this to you guys on my videos too, the shocks on here are not the stock shocks. These are slash shocks with the progressive springs, and she's got red aluminum caps on these shocks. The aluminum caps are actually a really awesome upgrade for anybody who wants to know. They are very cheap to get, you know, even from Traxxas or third party, whatever. But there have been some machines out of Traxxas, other companies, where the plastic caps on a hard enough hit can pop and separate. It doesn't hurt anything, but you know, you spill oil everywhere. So to avoid that, but also give yourself a nice little quality upgrade and some bling at the same time, get these aluminum caps for your shocks, and you're pretty much guaranteed at that point that even with plastic bodied shocks from Traxxas, that those caps won't pop on you, because the caps are not forgivable like the plastic is. It can, you know, under enough pressure, it can actually push everything apart at once and, you know, pop the caps off. So just as a little extra so you guys know. And anyways, I think that's pretty much about it, isn't it?
yes, I think that's about it. I think it's time to go to the parking lot and do some bashing.
We must beat this thing again.
We must beat it again. This is what they're built for.
We're out of spare parts, so now if we destroy it today, it must sit for a couple of weeks. But you know,
yeah, but in the famous words of a fellow YouTuber, you go out to bash, and you don't come back until you're out of battery power or something's broken.
Yep. And thanks for that comment too, Matt Event, that you said about just that exactly.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
That was the fellow YouTuber.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
All right. Talk to you later, guys.
And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.